Today I'm going to cook one of my favorite foods. This is fresh frozen sockeye salmon from Bristol Bay. That's located north of the Aleutian Island chain that shoots out west from Alaska into the Bering Sea. I try to support local folks that bring wholesome foods to you, and then in return you support them in an occupation that they're passionate about. And that occupation is bringing you healthy, wholesome food. Now here in Tucson, there's a family business that sells salmon that the father fisherman catches in Alaska. By cutting out the middleman, you can pay about the same price as you would expect to pay for premium salmon, but feel good about who you're supporting. So instead of getting salmon from, let's say, Walmart. Now I'm not sure if Walmart sells salmon, but if they did, it would probably be artificial salmon. And it would probably be located right next to the Twinkies. Now I don't know about you, but I don't feel so good when I support Walmart as I do to a local business person. So why do we want fresh fish in our diet? It's because they are a nutritional powerhouse. Studies show that primitive people that consume seafood were among the healthiest and have the strongest bones, including very thick skulls. Now, deep sea oily fish like salmon contain the life-giving fats, EPA and DHA. Now, some genetic variations in humans and those with prediabetes lack the delta-6 desaturase enzyme that's needed for the production of these long-chain unsaturated fatty acids. So we need to get them in our diet or from supplements. So salmon is a great source of these. And it also has the fat-soluble vitamins, A and D. And these are rare in our modern processed foods diet. Now these fish are also full of minerals, and very importantly, the trace minerals that have been depleted in our soils, but are still abundant in the deep blue sea. Now particularly important are the minerals iodine and zinc. Now another important nutrient contained in this nice red flesh fish is the carotenoid astaxanthin. It gives it this pink-orange color. Now farm-raised salmon are fed an artificial astaxanthin made from petrochemicals, and it's actually classified as a food dye. Now astaxanthin is a powerful antioxidant that protects our DNA from damage. It also protects us against heart disease, cataracts. It also boosts our immune system, and it's been shown to have activity against H. pylori. That's a bacterium that's associated with ulcers. Now it's a more powerful antioxidant than vitamin E, vitamin C, CoQ10, or even green tea. Now a farm-raised salmon will have about 1 milligram of astaxanthin in 4 ounces, whereas a wild-caught sockeye will have about 4.5 milligrams. Now it's important to find a source of salmon you can trust to be sure you're getting wild-caught fish. Farm-raised fish are given inappropriate feed, sometimes soy pellets that are made from genetically modified plants and laden with pesticides and herbicides. Or they may be given slaughterhouse waste or other food waste that contain toxins, drugs, GMOs, and hormones. Studies actually show that farm-raised salmon contain up to 10 times the level of PCBs and dioxin of wild-caught fish. Now the omega-6 to 3 ratio is about 10 to 1 in a farm-raised fish, and it's 3 to 1 in a wild fish. Now, nature has also given us the ability to differentiate the two by taste. Now, wild salmon scored 9.7 out of 10 compared to 4.83 for a farm-raised fish. So, we don't need a lot of this. This piece of meat I would call a superfood, or they were called sacred foods in the primitive cultures. So we don't need a lot. Eating this gives us a source of nutrients, and we don't need to think of it as a source of calories. Now with this small piece, we can easily afford it, even though it's quite expensive. Now we put the salmon in the broiler. I like to barely cook the outer edge. I recommend leaving it in just long enough to soften it. But if you keep it mostly raw, you'll preserve the enzymes and heat-sensitive nutrients. Now, if you're eating large, deep-water predator fish, there's a concern about mercury in the meat. If you eat these fish, like tuna and swordfish, if you eat them raw, the mercury is not absorbed as well, and most of it passes through in your stool and your urine. Now, if you cook it, then more of the mercury is retained in your body. For this reason, I would avoid eating large amounts of cooked predator fish. Now, wild salmon is relatively low in mercury, so it can be cooked and eaten often. Now, to complement the fish today, we're going to have some steamed broccoli and steamed potatoes that we purchased this week at the farmer's market here in town. And then I'll be sure and serve the vegetables with organic melted butter to add some healthy saturated fats to the diet. Of course, we will get vitamin C, fiber, and other important nutrients from the vegetables. You can see how this is a very simple meal, and it's very healthy, and anyone has a time to prepare this. So make it a point to have fresh fish at least once a week. You'll have stronger bones, more energy, and a better mind. And with all that astaxanthin, your DNA, heart, eyes, and the rest of your body will be protected. Now stay tuned to this channel for more healthy recipes and tips how you can have abundant health even in our polluted environment. This is Dr. G. Please excuse me, I'm going to grab that sockeye out of the oven and take a bite of it. See you later.